1 month ago at EVO, this teaser was provided to us by Bandai Namco, teasing what was to come as Tekken 8. But in that moment, we didn't know what it was. It could have been a remaster, another crossover project. Who knew? But little did we know, 1 month later at Sony State of Play, we would get one of the biggest announcements in a long time. It's your boy Gene from Gray Matter Games, and we're going to break down everything we found out from Sony this past Tuesday, as well as a little bit of Capcom's showcase on Street Fighter 6 this past weekend. So let's get right into it. First of all, let's talk about Tekken 8. There was a bunch of games showed off at the State of Play, but Tekken 8 was really what took the cake. It was the GOAT. Because at the end of the day, I don't think no one anticipated a quick reveal like such. When you look at when Capcom revealed Street Fighter 6 for the first time, it was back in a January-ish, February-ish month, and we waited all the way up to the summer to get some official gameplay of any sort on that game, and it was at Sony at the State of Play of June. It took us almost 6 months to get to this. This game was revealed, or at least teased, a month ago. Like I said in the intro, we didn't know what to expect for Stae. We knew it was a new Tekken project, but we didn't know if it was a remaster or a sequel or whatnot. And boom, we got this, okay? Where we thought God of War was going to steal the show, this ended up making the biggest roar. Because we ended up getting, according to the blog post, we ended up getting some sort of hybrid where the background and everything is just like enhanced CG trailer-ish type of detail, but the actual character models, you can kind of make out what's actually gameplay in this. And from what we're seeing thus far, the graphics look amazing. Our characters look menacing. Noticeably, they did not age anybody up, so I'm curious to know what kind of a time gap this is from 7 to 8. Maybe it's right after the events of 7. Who knows? But I did notice that our boys are not aged at all compared to the last game. I'm excited to know more about this game. I anticipate we'll know more in, like, I'll be honest, in like 3-4 months. As we get closer to Street Fighter's release, we're going to know more of Tekken 8, only because of the competitiveness of all the fighting franchises. You know, they like to help each other out, but they also like to promote each other's work. Moving on to Tokyo Game Show, we got revealed that there will be 18 playable characters at launch. Granted, they showed off a lot, which I'll break that on a separate trailer, but they showed off a lot of characters. And to be honest, I noticed that some of them, almost most of them in the trailer, were the ones that were leaked from the leak. So they just got ahead of it. Capcom's done a really good job handling this leaked information. But I did notice they said 18. And I'm pretty sure the leak had more than 18, which means they might have accidentally leaked some DLC characters. Who knows? Or they could be canceled characters. Who knows? But most importantly, look at our boy. Look at our boy Homeless Ken, or may I say, Bruce Wayne. We got a little backstory on Ken. If you go to the Capcom blog post, and I saw it running around on Twitter, apparently something's going on in Ken's personal life, some sort of frame, like he's getting framed for something, and he went into hiding. So it kind of reminds me of like a future state Batman in the newest story where Bruce Wayne's being framed for something, so he has to live like a homeless guy. That's what it kind of reminds me of. I hope we get more details on what to come with the story. I really hope it delivers as well. But overall, I'm digging Ken's aesthetic. And also, as you can tell in the background, we're getting more video, gameplay, more footage, and more information on the World Tour. It's a game mode where we get to create our own characters. We get to learn techniques from the Street Fighter characters, and it seems like there's going to be like a hybrid of everything Capcom's done in terms of Street Fighter. We got like final fight missions, at least that's what it seems like. We got some actual one-on-one against other avatars. Hey, look at our boy Blanca. Look at our boy Blanca. I like what they've done with Blanca. I ain't gonna lie. Dalzim, or I can never pronounce him, but he looks pretty lit. E Honda is still E Honda. I'm not gonna lie. But Blanca, I'm actually excited for him. But Ken, you know, going back to Ken, I really like his face and his hair. The last couple Street Fighter games have been kind of with him. Honestly, it reminds me of Third Strike. It really does, and I'm excited for that. Especially if they give him the original gi as an alternate costume like they've done with the other with the other characters thus far, ooh, had a hiccup. It's going to be pretty reminiscent of Third Strike, so I'm really excited for that. Back to the 18th character leaks. These are some of them. They showed off another trailer, which again I will break down in a future video talking about those 18 characters. It's going to be a really good year for Street Fighter, in my opinion. As long as they don't drop the ball mechanically and content-wise in this game, I think it's going to be a really good year for Street Fighter. They also introduced something called Extreme Mode, which you'll see later in this trailer, I think. Oh, there it is, yep. Where basically environments will play a big factor into the fights. Bulls running people over, bombs blowing up on people, shocking sticks, things, electrocuting people. And the hilarious part is we can interact in the game hub by playing arcade games with other players, as well as, you know, the main point that you're in there, which is to get into multiplayer in general. So it seems like there's going to be a lot into this game. It seems like the Battle Hub and World Tour will be the life of this game. So I'm really, really excited because Street Fighter V did not have much content. As we all know, it took forever for even campaign to come out. So I'm very much looking forward to this game, and the graphics look pretty good. Sadly, this is a PS4 game and an Xbox One game as well, so which kind of sucks. Kind of wish, you know, people would get their hands on an Xbox Series S at least if you can't get your hands on a PS5 or something. But it is what it is. Look at Ken's ultimate, or his finishing move. It looks really good. Also, I don't want to be a negative person here. Personally, the new guy who voices Ken in English, I'm not really messing with his voice, to be honest with you. Usually I play my games in Japanese, but when it comes to characters like Guile and Ken, which are Americans, Luke and stuff like that, like I have them in English because they're American characters. And the guy who voiced Ken in Street Fighter 4, 5, and Cross Tekken, to me, he was honestly the definition of Ken, because Ken has always been a flashy character. So this one doesn't feel all that flashy. Like when he speaks, there's not that much of a pizzazz to it. As you can tell in the background, there's some footage of what Ken can do. As you can tell, I'm not going to really go into too much detail in terms of the terminology. Again, this is really more for the casual's perspective. But since I've played Street Fighter Third Strike, and it's one of my favorite fighting games of all time, and I believe it's one of the best fighting games, period, this Ken seems like it's a hybrid of everything we've had in Street Fighter 4, 5, and Third Strike, specifically Third Strike. His finishing move, it's very interesting. In my opinion, as you can tell right there, a Shoryukenpa, in my opinion, I think what they did was that they cut it in half. And what I mean is Street Fighter 4's one of his finishing move was the Shoryuken pop, but it opened up with a small Shoryuken with a bunch of kicking combos, and then it opened up with a bigger finale. Here, there's two moves that he does when his bars fill up to 2 and then critical. When he goes into 2, he just activates the Shoryuken pop, and that's it. Like it's 2 back-to-back fire Shoryukens, and that's it. Whereas there it is. But when he goes into critical mode, he activates that finishing move, which is an enhanced version of the Shoryuken-pa. But I did notice that his kicking combos that he used in Street Fighter 4's Ultimate got separated, and they placed it into his level 1 super move. That's one thing I noticed. He uses the kicking combos to lead into what they say in the blog post, which is his dragon kicks of some sort. So I am excited to get my hands on this character. I am excited for his crazy kicks, which they brought them back. Crazy kicks are basically something that's been missing for a while. The last time we've had the crazy kicks were in Street Fighter Third Strike, in my opinion. And what I mean is they've been little versions of them here and there sprinkled throughout the other games, but it just hasn't been the same ever since Third Strike. So that's going to be all when it comes to Ken. Like I said, I'm really digging the character. That's all when it comes to Tekken and everything we've learned thus far. I will cover more on the 18th characters confirmation in another video. And stay tuned. I have more videos on the other games revealed at the at the Tokyo Game Show, especially Gotham Knights, which I have something for that too. Modern Warfare 2, I know you guys are probably wondering when am I going to give you guys a review on the beta. I am currently playing the beta. I'm going to play the beta until it is over, and then I'll give you my initial review. Honestly, I don't know if I'll do it in the first weekend, second weekend, third, or fourth, but I'll try to give you a review as quick as I can. I just want to get my hands on the game and be able to explore everything about it before I give you my honest to God opinion on it and what it means in the future of the Call of Duty franchise. Gotham Knights, I will cover that quick as soon as we find any information at the game show. I know people got their hands on it from what I've heard on Twitter. People got to play a build of the game of some sort. So it is what it is. And also Yakuza got a couple reveals here and there. But that's going to be all. Everything else, I'll talk about it in future videos that are coming up. Until next time, everybody, if you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications on future uploads. And until next time, everybody, it's your boy Gene from Gray Matter Games. I'm out.